Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded, and the reason for that is because my boyfriend's living with me for a little bit, and I just don't like making videos when other people are home because it's awkward. So for those of you who can film videos with like your roommates around or whatever, good for you, but I feel super awkward when I'm filming and talking to a camera in front of other people, so I just opted to spend time with him and try to be in the moment and just not worry about YouTube for a while. But today I really want to upload something because it has been a while, and also because I'm outside the laundromat and I'm very, very bored. Oh my god, there was just a plastic bag blowing in the wind. Oh, Katy Perry. Katy Perry. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, but today's video, I want to talk a little bit more about some of the things that my binge eating disorder makes me do. So let's just get right into it. I have been trying to learn a little bit more about what it's like for other people who have binge eating disorder. And what I've learned is that they have really looked into ways that they can help themselves. And, you know, they offer a lot of really good advice. And, you know, it's helpful, but I want to talk about something a little different. I want to talk about the things that trigger my binges, not so much what I do to avoid binging, because I can't avoid binging most of the time, and I'm really in like the pits with this. So I don't have any helpful advice to give, but I want to talk about some of the things that I think make it harder on me to be able to say no to those binge urges. So I'm just going to go over a few of those right now, and if you relate to any of these, I would love if you dropped a comment and maybe talked a little bit about that, and maybe some of these things help you guys. And that's the thing about this, is my binge eating disorder is specific to me, so things that trigger me might be something that helps another person. So please don't take what I'm saying as this whole like, oh my gosh, well, she said that really triggers her binges, but I do that, you know, like it's not that deep. Like, please don't make it that deep. But I would like to start off and say that the laundromat is full of a lot of really interesting characters. So I don't know what's going to happen around me. If you hear some madness around the car, we're both just going to ignore it together. Okay, let's just ignore it together, because I don't have anything to say to these people anyway. So anyway, let's jump right into it. The first thing that I think triggers my binges is the fact that I will do intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting is, I think, is when you like go, I think you have to eat within like 8-hour span of your day, and then 16 hours is spent not eating. So I think that includes sleep. So basically how I try to manage my calorie intake is that I will skip breakfast and I skip lunch. Now that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like so hungry I could actually like throw up, like I'm starving. And mornings like that are really rough, because I've noticed that for me personally, when I do eat breakfast, my hunger cues are kind of awake for the day, and then they expect me to eat lunch. It expects me to eat, like, it expects food once I eat a lot of breakfast or just anything for breakfast. And some mornings I wake up and I'm like nauseous, I don't want to eat, I have no appetite, and those are the mornings I like. So on a day that's typical for me, I will probably wake up a little bit late, I will not eat breakfast, I will go to work, and then I take my lunch around noon or 1, and that usually consists of, again, maybe having like an afternoon decaf cup of coffee. I'll have coffee in the morning with caffeine. I usually might have like a decaf later, or like a yogurt maybe, but that's usually me inserting a snack or something into my day on purpose. And I am trying to get more like protein in my life, because I don't really like to eat meat unless it's like a McDonald's chicken nugget, but that isn't very nutritional. So I'm not a big meat eater. I like cheese and dairy a lot, you know, so like I try to get my protein and stuff in that way. I probably should be having way more fiber in my diet, but I kind of got addicted to the whole protein you know, thing that the whole like diet world is pushing, like pushing protein, and like I got sucked into it. So I'm a protein girly right now. Will I be a fiber girly in the future? I hope so, because I could probably use it. But I will intermittent fast. So typically throughout the week when I work Monday through Friday, I'm not eating breakfast, I'm not eating lunch. That's my goal. On the weekends, I'm a little different because I'm home all day. I can cook, I can make eggs, I can make toast, I can make things that are a little more substantial, and I don't have to spend a lot of money. So on the weekends, it's totally different, but we're talking about like a work day for me. So I won't eat breakfast, I won't eat lunch. When I come home from work, the first thing I'm probably gonna do is make a drink. And I'm being really honest with that. I'm probably gonna have a drink. And is that a beer? It's a mixed drink, it's a whatever. But I try to keep it like low calories. So for White Claw, I'll have like a little White Claw. Those are like what, like 100, 200 calories or something for the big can. And then if I don't have that, I'll probably have like a mixed drink that I make with like 0 sugar juice, and I try to make it as low calorie as possible. Obviously alcohol is not 0 calories and it's kind of a waste of calories, but it is what it is. I've noticed that when I don't eat properly throughout the day, I am really much hungrier when it comes to dinner. And what ends up happening is I'll get off work and I'll start like fantasizing in my head of all these different things I could do, all these different things I could eat. And it usually ends with me wasting a shitload of money on food, like fucking Wingstop or Domino's, or it's always like chicken or like pizza related. I don't know why. Like I don't tend to binge on anything else. It has to be like bread, like a chicken nugget product, or pizza of some kind. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. I have a very limited interest in a lot of foods, and so I do hyperfixate on like the same few things, which is also why I like suggest taking a vitamin if you're like me, like try to get like a multivitamin. But ask your doctor about that. Please don't take my advice on which vitamin it should be, or if it should be a multivitamin. I don't know. You just might want to look into maybe if you're like not getting enough of your nutrients through your basic diet. If you can actually eat real normal food with nutrients, I would definitely do that over having a vitamin, because it's not the same thing. So yeah, so I think that, and then this is the cycle of it though. So then I go home, I spend all this fucking money on all this fucking food, and I'm eating it. And then I have this guilt moment of like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, and either that guilt spirals me into consuming everything, hating myself, crying, promising to do different tomorrow, or I just will not finish what I'm eating and then it goes to waste. And food waste is really bad for me. Like I waste so much food. For instance, today, I had to go run an errand at work. I had to drive to a city an hour away and then drive back. And so I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun if I got a little Burger King? Ate half of it and then felt like a giant fucking loser and stopped eating it. And like my soda is up to here still. And I could have just taken it into work after buying it and getting back from the errand, but I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for people to see me eating lunch. So I don't let them see my packages. I don't let them see my soda. I don't do any of that. I get fucking super fucking embarrassed about like people knowing that I went and got fast food. Because people point it out, not because like they think I've done something wrong, but because it's a conversational thing. If I walk in holding a bag of Burger King, like someone's gonna make like a little joke, like, oh, where's mine? You know what I mean? And like, I don't fucking like that. I don't like when people joke with me about like what I'm eating. So I bought all this food today for no fucking reason, ate like half of it, felt like shit. It's been sitting in my car for the last 4 hours. So that's gross and a fucking waste of my money. So normally that's like the first thing that triggers me. So then I'll eat too much later in the night. Candy, chips, fucking Cheetos, and peanut M&Ms. Stop, dude. Get those things the fuck away from me. I can't say no. And then it starts the cycle all over again, where I feel like I've eaten too much. I need to try harder tomorrow. Okay, I've eaten too much tonight. Tomorrow I'm not eating breakfast. Tomorrow I'm not eating lunch. Oh, I'm gonna lock in. It's just so stupid. And it's the same cycle every fucking day of my life. So I don't think intermittent fasting is helpful for me because I utilize it in a way that kind of like punishes me You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people who intermittent fast purposefully are like doing it for health reasons. I don't know what the fuck those health reasons are for. I just know that like I liked the sound of it. It was an excuse for me to not eat, and like coworkers who do intermittent fasting were also like saying the same thing, and I got to like kind of blend in with them. So that's mistake number 1 for me. Mistake number 2, this is the hardest habit for me to break. I've not been able to break this habit, and I don't really know. I mean, I feel like the solution's really simple, but whatever, let me just say it. So I hoard a lot of food, and I like to keep packaged food like in boxes or bags or whatever, like containers, in my bedroom with me. And I know that sounds really like, girl, what? But this is what I do. So I like to have my pretzels and my Cheetos and my candy in the bedroom with me, and I can't exactly figure out why it is that I do that. I like to say it's for convenience. But for convenience for what, dude? I live in like a 1-bedroom, tiny ass apartment. Like, if I wanted to go get it from the kitchen, I take like 5 extra steps past my bedroom door. Like, I live in a really small apartment. So, not entirely sure what's convenient about it, but my brain says it's convenient, leave it in the bedroom. And that leads to a lot of night eating syndrome symptoms, and I eat a fuck ton at night. I will wake up in the middle of the night and just gorge on candy, and it's always the main thing for me, is it's candy, it's sweets, it's like anything with sugar. And so I've tried to put the snacks away at night, but another issue I have is that I sleepwalk sometimes. And I eat when I sleepwalk. And this is different than waking up in the middle of the night really groggy and tired and forcing yourself to eat. I do that too. But there are also times where I've taken food from the fridge, chewed it, and then spit it back out and then put it back in the fridge, and then my boyfriend has found it. I don't remember doing it, and I sure as shit don't think he's the one that did it. And he felt really bad when he told me, because I was horrified. As you can imagine, because sleepwalking is scary enough without realizing that you're like doing embarrassing, weird, like big back shit like that. Like, that's fucking embarrassing. So yeah, I keep food in my bedroom, and I keep food next to my bed, like right next to my bed, where I can like lay there and lean over and like grab. And that's been an issue for me. And I've even tried to put the food in the pantry and be like, if I want it, I'll get it. And that's exactly what I do. I get up, it stays in the pantry for like 5 minutes, and then I get up and I go get it and I bring it back. And the comfort, I can't even, like, unless you've been binge eating in your life, especially at night, like, you're not gonna understand this, but the comfort that it brings me to have the food near me when not if I want it, because bitch, you know I'm gonna eat it. When I want it, to have that there, it is so fucking addicting. It is so, it just like, it gives me everything I want. Like, when I'm in the middle of a binge, and I'm sure other people might understand this, like when you're in the beginning parts of a binge and you know like this is a binge and it's going to become a binge, but it's not yet, you're the happiest you've ever been. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I feel so, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to regret this. Didn't you say you were not going to do this tonight? But the voice up here in the forefront of my conscious is like, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I want this food and I want it now, and it tastes so good. And why would I say no? Obviously, I want this. All that matters is that I want it. I don't care if it's good for me or if I even want to be there. Like, it doesn't matter, because it feels so good and it tastes so great that like I just don't give a shit about anything else. And so, hoarding food, keeping food in the bedroom, keeping food by the bed, not putting food away is a huge trigger for me. And it's just like it always has been. And whatever, I accept that. But it sucks. So for me, keeping food in the bedroom, not helpful. Not helpful at all. And then the last thing I want to talk about, this might sound counterproductive, and I'm sure all the healthy people out there are like, they're gonna have something to say about this, I'm sure. But I cannot, for the life of me, count calories and not binge afterwards. I don't know what it is. Like, if I'm restricting my food in like a safe way, like let's say I'm cutting back a little bit for the day, I dare not check the calories, because somehow, some way, I'm gonna check those calories, my little calculator or whatever, my little fitness pal or whatever the fuck. And somehow, some way, I'm going to see that and I'm going to either say, wow, I barely ate any calories, I could totally have more servings. Or I'm going to count the calories, it's going to be too much, and I'm going to get the fuckets, which is like, oh, I already fucked up the day, I'm past my my restricted calorie intake, like, oh, I fucked up, like, whatever, we might as well just go insane. And I know I see those TikToks where they're like, well, if you spilled a little bit of juice on your shirt, would you just splatter it all over your shirt? I mean, just because you fuck up a little doesn't mean you have to fuck up a lot. Okay, well, that's great. And like, that's really great metaphor. And like, wow, it's so visual. Thank you. It's not rational. It's not rational. So like, yeah, I'm fucking aware it makes no sense. Okay, but it's not rational. That's the problem. So whenever I count calories, whether it's good or bad or whatever, I am going to interpret that in a way that's going to lead to me overeating. So I don't count calories anymore. I used to be super obsessed, very restrictive, and a fucking psychopath about how I counted calories and whatever. I'm not counting, you know, carrot sticks anymore. I'm not trying to calculate how much is in a bite of something someone gave me. I'm not doing that, dude. And I'm not going to count calories unless it's accurate. So I'm not putting myself through that. I'm not putting myself through that. I refuse. So if counting calories helps keep you in control and on your plan for the day, great, do that. For me, I would much rather write out what I'm gonna eat for the day or for the next day or whatever, without thinking too much about the calories. Like, obviously, if I'm planning out my food, my plan isn't to binge on thousands and thousands of calories. So like, clearly that's not the plan. So whenever I'm making a food plan, it's like, this is the controlled ways you're going to insert nutrients into your day in the hopes that maybe I won't go apeshit crazy in the evening and in the night. Sorry, my phone has like barely any storage on it, so it was yelling at me. But anyway, those are just some of the things that I've noticed really don't help with my binge eating in the slightest. So I don't know if that helps some of you guys out, then cool. But for me personally, it hasn't worked. And I don't know, maybe I'll make a video on some things that do work. But so far, nothing's worked. So I'm not really sure what to do about that. I know a lot of the whole night eating stuff has to do with like medication I'm on, and that's really hard to avoid when you need that medication to function and survive, but I guess it'll just have to be something I figure out. But I am gonna end this video here. Appreciate you guys listening to me ramble. But yeah, drop in the comments some things that don't serve you or maybe do serve you on your binge eating recovery journey, because I could use all the advice I can get, honestly. And it would just be kind of nice to connect with people who understand how this feels, because it's really embarrassing and it's shameful and it sucks and it makes you feel like you're the only person in the world dealing with it, but we all know that's not true. So hope everyone has a really great week, and my next video will probably be a slime video. I bought some fun stuff about a week ago and I haven't really gotten to open it yet, so maybe I'll do that on camera. I'll see you guys next time though. Bye.